Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is George, and in today's video we'll be having a look at a watch that's exciting to me for a couple of reasons. One, it's a chronograph and I'm still going through my chronograph phase. I'm actually quite enjoying this. And two, it features the Seagull ST1901 hand winding mechanical movement that I'm starting to like more and more, and actually a lot more micro brands are starting to use it. The watch that we'll be having a look at today is called Haxel and is from a micro brand based in Oxford, UK called RADCLIFFe Watches. They'll be launching on Kickstarter November 10th, which is just a few days away from filming this video. And again, I think they're a bit of a breath of fresh air in a market filled with divers and dress watches. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think now and then we need something to kind of break the mold. Let's take a look. And here we are, guys. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I want to say that this is only a prototype. It's not the final product, so any imperfections or QC issues that we might spot along the way will be 100% addressed in the production version. So today we'll discuss a lot of design aspects and some of the things that I particularly like about the watch. Now, from my experience, usually what you get in the prototype, most of the time, 80% of that will be reflected in the finished product. But in this case, what the RADCLIFFe Watches decided to do with the Haxel is actually take the opportunity and improve the watch. Now, allow me to explain. At the moment, the watch has a stainless steel bezel insert. The final product will have a ceramic bezel insert because stainless steel doesn't fit the desired overall aesthetic of the watch, and it offers a different standard of quality. At the moment, the entire dial is printed, but the final product will have applied indices at the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and the rest of the hour markers will be slightly larger just for added legibility and depth. And the final change is that they will be offering two case finishing options, so polish and sandblasted. Now, the one that I have here is the brush version. This will be replaced by the sandblasted version, just because the brush version doesn't offer the same quality, the quality that they wanted, and also the sandblasted version I think suits the watch better than the actual brushed version. All these changes are done with one thing in mind, is to improve the watch from all possible aspects. Now, one thing that doesn't need improving is that dial. And also the reason why it doesn't need improving is because one of the founders is an architect and he designed the watch. Now, as a matter of fact, if you scroll down on their website, almost at the bottom of the page, there will be a small clip running in the background with someone sketching the Haxel. And that is one of the founders, and he is no stranger to combining beautiful shapes and colors. In terms of design, the layout of the dial is relatively simple. So they decided to let the combination of color do the talking, and also they decided to use a sandwich dial for added depth. So between these two, each watch will have its own individual personality and its own individual character. Covering that beautiful dial, you have a piece of air-coated sapphire crystal. And since we're on the topic of covering something with sapphire crystal, covering that beautiful ST19 movement, you have another piece of sapphire crystal. So not only a sandwich dial, also a sapphire sandwich. So as you can see, they're not cutting any corners, especially for the price that you're paying for this. So this starts at £249 on Kickstarter. I'll leave a link into the description box below for you guys to check the pricing and everything out. Now let's get some measurements out of the way. So the size of the watch is what some people might consider a sweet spot. So you have a 40mm case diameter, you have a lug width of 20mm, from lug to lug you have 46.5, and you also have a thickness with the sapphire crystal of 13.9. Now, the reason why this is a bit thick is because you need space for the sandwich dial, and also the watch has a stated water resistance of 100 meters. So I think in this case It justifies the thickness of the case and also kind of gives a peace of mind considering the fact that you know you have 100 meters of water resistance. So the strap that came with this prototype is just a plain black genuine leather strap, RADCLIFFe stamped on the back, quick release, and you have a matching finishing buckle with a RADCLIFFe engraved on it. Now, I'm not going to judge this strap because this is not the strap that will come with the finished product. Again, this is just a strap that came with a prototype, but I do like the buckle and the engravement on it. Now, so far we only spoke about the top of the watch, but we didn't speak about the back of the watch as much. So thanks to that display sapphire case back, the watch is as nice on the back as it is on the front. And like you said at the start of the video, the movement powering this watch is the Seagull ST19 hand winding mechanical movement. And the reason why they decided to go with this one is because one of the founders, who's also the designer of the watch, is just in love with this movement and he just kind of wanted to incorporate it in the build. So just getting really close on that case back here, you have the usual spec sheet engraved on the back. So RADCLIFFe, designed in Oxford, again sapphire glass and 100 meters water resistant. Now what RADCLIFFe Watches managed to put together here, guys, is just a fun daily wearable, a great looking watch. And the reason why I think this is a good recipe is because it's just designed by a man that was passionate about a form of art, and you can actually see that it reflects in the overall look of the watch. If you can call architecture a form of art, which I think you can, but then again, it just looks like it was designed by somebody that knows how to combine colors and shape. That was it, guys. That was my review for the Haxel from RADCLIFFe Watches. Be sure to check their Kickstarter campaign. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Also, let me know in the comment section below if this is something that interests you. What do you think? What are your opinions about the watch? Thank you very much for listening to me talk about watches for as long as I did. Be sure to click a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't so, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.